Russian man like inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just the brother for the rapture. I hang glide, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a garden and start killing. It's manifesting. The God's work like appliances, dealing in my sleep like a lie.
Before we go any further, just want to say today's video is going to be brought to you by Fandomion. If you want to buy some really awesome anime merch from My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, and Haiku, and so many other anime, I recommend using my link in the description box to check them out. And there's free worldwide shipping on orders over $39. You'll also get an additional 5% off using my promo code down below. For any of you guys who might be interested or on the fence, I highly recommend checking out their website. Pay attention to the size chart. That'll be the biggest thing I would tell you guys. But with that being said, though, let's jump back into today's video. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations. And today we're going to be looking at the further fallout from Boruto chapter 67, in particular, what it means for the character of Amado now that Code has stated that he plans to capture Amado to remove his limiters. Now, being blunt, how this is executed in terms of Amado's capture and the fallout of what happens is going to be the difference between Amado being this big brain genius, villain like Light Yagami or Sasuke Aizen, or this could be Amado being some random scientist who got a little bit too curious, and that curiosity is ultimately what got him killed. However, there is a third possibility that needs to be addressed here, which is that what if Amado was telling the truth to Shikamaru, that everything he's been doing has been for the intention of helping Konoha, and that he's actually innocent in all of Shikamaru's suspicions? Well, in today's video, we're going to look at why, if this is indeed the case, Amado's character has been saved depending on how the fallout of Amado being captured is handled. Now, as you guys know, I've been saying for a while that I thought a plot twist was coming, and in particular, I thought that Amado seemed like the type of candidate to be the character who filled Kishimoto's penchant for the cycle of betrayal. For every major cornerstone of Naruto, there was a case where we had an antagonist, then we'd have a plot twist, then we'd have a betrayal, or somebody pulling the strings from the background. Zabuza was the antagonist. The plot twist was that Haku was actually working for Zabuza, and then Gato was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes. When you jump into Shippuden, you had the whole thing with the Akatsuki being the antagonist, but the plot twist was that Pain wasn't the leader of the Akatsuki, but instead it was Toby. So you kind of get the point where I'm going from here. So currently in the manga, we have the character of Code, who is the current target of all the fire that's coming from Konoha and the other great nations. However, when we look at the pattern, you'd think that Ada or Amado would be the one that's pulling the strings. However, this last chapter has me worried that Amado might actually be somebody who is destined to pass away in the next few story events, and isn't the Light Yagami or Aizen type like so many people such as myself had hoped for. Now, don't get it twisted. If Amado is revealed to be evil, it could go down as one of the bigger betrayals that we've seen in the Naruto franchise in some time. The man who came to the village under the guise of seeking asylum from Kara because he knew that having Kashin Koji kill Jigen and force Ishiki to resurrect into Jigen's body would be something that comes with a major blowback, which would result in his death. However, since then, Amado has given off the vibes of being somebody who very conveniently seems to have information get revealed right when the suspicion seems to trickle over in his way, even in the slightest bit. It gave all the signs of somebody outwitting everyone, something that even Shikamaru himself acknowledged as being a possibility of being true, to which Amado flat out denied in the manga. Though this latest Boruto manga chapter has me wondering, is this the opposite? Are we in a situation where everything Amado's been doing has been because he knows he's a dead man walking? Is Amado being set up to be seen as a hero in hindsight like Itachi Uchiha? Now, narratively, it is something that could work, and from a strategic standpoint, it makes sense for Code and Ada to want Amado off of the board. Amado can be used to take off Code's limiters, which would make him unstoppable, and then you pair him alongside Ada and Damon as a trio of cyborgs who possess combat powers that greatly exceed that of Jigen's. Ada will then be allowed to kill Amado and take a revenge on him for messing up her body with ninja tech. Not only that, but Konoha will have lost a key asset in the war against Kara. Amado knows each and every one of the jutsu, and if any of them are specifically jutsu that was made possible because of the ninja tech that he placed in their bodies, Amado will be the one that likely has the key to countering them. In fact, Amado will be able to explain how it was that they're able to subdue and destroy all the cyborgs that Jigen ordered to be destroyed, because their combat powers went beyond that of Ishiki's vessel Jigen. If they were stronger than Jigen, how would they be subdued long enough to be destroyed? there has to be some type of device, a mechanism, verbal sequence, or something that could be used to allow Jigen's orders to be carried out. Otherwise, if it came down to a battle, none of them in theory should have been destroyed. Removing Amado means that Konoha has lost the ability to do such a thing. It just makes sense when you think about it from a strategic standpoint. Code likely has a strap on Shikamaru or on Kawaki. He uses Ada's Semigon to track the movements, then they wait until Amado's alone with one of them. Code yanks Amado through the straps, forces Amado to remove his limiters. Ada then kills Amado, and Konoha has been further crippled. The only man with the technology and the knowledge to place limiters back on Code is now dead. However, this brings up the narrative scope. While it does create more tension, it also gives Kishimoto the opportunity to make Amado a more memorable character, and here's why. So, several laws in the 48 Laws of Power are in play here. In the 48 Laws of Power, one of the laws specifically deals with having the vision to plan things out all the way into the end. See every move that you're going to make. Anticipate the moves that your enemy will make. Have a contingency plan in place in case you mess things up. Give yourself options in case there are unexpected circumstances. And plan everything out until the very end. Amado has the chance to show off that level of intellect right here, something that would impress somebody like Shikamaru. Now, in order to do this, he would have to use another of the 48 Laws of Power, which is the surrender tactic, which is exactly what it implies. You give the impression that you're giving up, ceasing ground for a bigger move later on down the line. In my time playing chess, one of the things I've learned, at least for me, is it's very effective to have somebody thinking that they're playing 3 steps ahead of you and is actually winning, so you can really claim the victory 5 moves down the line because you fooled them into thinking that you're playing from behind, when in reality you're dictating the flow of that match. This is another of the 48 Laws of Power that is in play here. To catch a sucker, sometimes you have to play a sucker, which is basically sometimes to catch a fish that you want, you have to pretend to be unaware of your surroundings. Amado's already doing this by the creation of the cyborg that he says will be a great asset to Konoha. We don't know who that cyborg is. But what we do know is that Amado went to great lengths to be able to complete it into Konoha, and he called it a great asset to Konoha. We know that he's taken time to implant Kawaki with the Karma Seal that gives him the power of Ishiki, and based on his reaction in the manga, Amado clearly has something planned for Kawaki's new karma, because he was thinking to himself and he said he hoped that Kawaki didn't screw things up. On top of that, Amado has gone out of his way to watch his language when he learns about Code's positioning, stating that no car outer member should have the capabilities to track Kawaki that accurately, which means that he's already anticipated Ada and he's now watching his words. Now, this very well could be exactly what I think, that Amado's anticipated Ada has been awakened along with her brother Damon, and Amado is currently taking precautions against them for the behalf of Konoha, perhaps leaving something behind in his research because he knows there's a good chance that they could be taken by Code and forced to remove Code's limiters, which, as Amado said, if it comes down to that, he's not a ninja, and he will cave if he's forced to be tortured. Right now, the deck seems stacked against Amado, but it's precisely for that reason that Amado has the chance to set up countermeasures to put them in place before his inevitable demise to ensure that Konoha at least has a fighting chance. Right now, the way it's looking for Amado, he's either going to be revealed as the greatest mastermind that we've seen in a long time, or he's going to be the biggest brain asset that Konoha's ever had, with the war against Kara being won or lost based off of the foundation for the counterattack that he's left behind before dying. If we get to that point to where Amado is just killed off and his purpose was that cyborg, I'm not going to say it's bad writing because we don't know the impact that that cyborg's going to have on the story. We don't know who that cyborg is a clone of, but I will say it is going to be a major letdown, especially if Amado goes out like a bitch. However, I want to know from you guys, what would this do for Amado's character in your eyes? Let me know down in the comment section below. So always, guys, like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.